This tutorial covers importing audio files into the Synergy library. Files may have been ripped from CD, downloaded from the internet, or digitized from analog media. This process is called production. Audio files are imported and metadata such as artist, title and various other attributes added using the production module. This is the default opening screen. From any other screen in the production module, you can return here by clicking the Files tab and then the Import option. Synergy recognises a wide range of audio formats, including WAV, MP2, MP3, OGG, SYN and DCP. If a specific file type is to be imported, this can be selected from the drop-down menu at the bottom left of the screen. Until the production process has been completed, files are located in a holding area and are not available to the on-air software. Files to be imported will first be located in the target folder and then moved into the import list where they'll be processed. To locate the files to be imported, click on the folder icon. The Browse for Folder window will open. Use normal Windows browsing steps to locate the folder containing the audio files you wish to import. This is the target folder. When you have highlighted this folder, click the OK button. All the files which Synergy recognises will appear in the target folder window. The files to be imported must be selected. This can be done by clicking in the checkboxes. Clicking on the Mark button will select or deselect all files. Normal Windows modifier keys can be used with mouse clicks to select groups of files. The audio data box contains technical information about the currently selected file. If the selected file already has embedded metadata tags, they will show in this panel. Not all files will have embedded tags.
Hello, honey, it's me.
As soon as a file in the target folder is selected, the Add to Import button activates. Clicking this button will import all the tracks currently selected. Depending on the number of tracks being imported, this process may take some time. If any errors are discovered, the scan report will automatically be displayed. It can also be viewed by clicking the Import Report button. The files are now in the import list. This is a holding area, and until the files have been produced, the audio is not available for use by Synergy. This completes the first stage. The second stage involves adding the metadata or attributes, which will be saved with the audio in a proprietary file format. The attributes are accessed by clicking on the tabs and buttons located below the import list. Most attributes will be unique and added to an individual file. It is possible to add common features such as the library category, and in some situations other attributes like the artist, album title, release date and so on, to a batch of files. This can save considerable time. The system will prevent information being added to fields which are not common. Attributes vary by library category, and so production cannot be undertaken until an audio file has been allocated to a library category. Although other fields can be edited at a later time, once a file has been imported, its library category cannot be changed. To add a selected track or a group of tracks to a library category, click the Sound Properties tab. The Sound Properties pane will open. A number of fields are set as mandatory in the Administration module. Unless these fields have been completed, Synergy will not import the file. The field label for a mandatory field appears in an orange box. Click on the down arrow to reveal the pick list of available categories. Select the category to which the files are to be added. The broadcast status indicates whether or not the file will be made available to On Air once imported. The default is set in the administration module. Also on this screen is an option to delete the source file once the audio has been imported into Synergy. Depending on the location of the source file, this may save considerable disk space. You're unlikely to have to add or change any information in the other fields. As soon as the library category has been set, icons appear at the left of the title to indicate its status. A green icon in this column indicates that all the mandatory fields have been completed and the file can be imported. An orange icon indicates that mandatory fields still require to be completed and the file will not be imported. The second column contains an icon which represents the library category. The final column shows the broadcast status. Unless the broadcast status is set to ready, the audio file, although imported, cannot be played by On Air. This could be useful if there's information to be added later. Cue points or markers are added to the audio file. These provide the visual voiceover and outro countdown information used in On Air, and also cue the start of the next item in all automation modes. Click the Cue Edit tab to open its window. When you add music attributes, you'll be required to know how a track starts and ends, its tempo and its mood. You may wish to make a note of these attributes as you work with each track in Cue Edit. The start and end markers determine where the audio will start to play and where it will stop. You shouldn't normally have to set these, as Synergy automatically trims the audio when it's added to the import list. The intro and outro markers set the voiceover and outro times displayed in On Air. The outlink marker triggers the start of the next item in an automated playlist or in a cart stack. In this animation, a left mouse click will be shown like this, a right click like this, and a key press will be shown. The playhead indicates the current point in the audio track as it's playing. Clicking anywhere in the waveform will start the audio playing from that point. The transport controls will play, pause and rewind the track. Pause toggles between pause and play.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me.
Stop stops the track and rewinds the playhead to its start. Clicking outro plays the last 15 seconds of the track. There are 3 ways to set markers: using on-screen buttons, keyboard hotkeys, and the Shift key plus a right or left mouse click. To set a marker using the on-screen buttons, start the audio track playing, then click the appropriate button when the playhead reaches the point where the marker should be placed.
There's a voice that keeps on calling me down the road.
The intro marker is now set. The same procedure is followed to place the outro and outlink markers.
My home.
The marker is the thin red line which runs down the waveform, but to make it easier to see how much of the audio is affected, the waveform before the intro is yellow, while the waveform after the outro is red and after the outlink magenta. You may have noticed that the marker for the voiceover clipped the start of the vocal. This can be corrected by repeating the process, or by using the up and down arrows at the side of the marker's timecode field to adjust the marker to its correct position. Let's select another of the tracks and place the markers using the keyboard hotkeys. I for the intro, O for the outro, and U for the outlink. When using the on-screen buttons, or the hotkeys, the marker view buttons don't affect the process. However, when using Shift and a left or right mouse click, the view button must match the markers being set. Shift plus a left click can be used to set a start or intro marker. Shift plus a right click can be used to set an end, outro or outlink marker. This technique is most suited to situations where the marker can be set visually. I'm going to set the start point for this track approximately 55 seconds into the audio.
I got the world on a string. I'm sitting on a rainbow. Got that string around my finger.
Next, I'll set the outro at 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the track, and finally the outlink at 5 seconds from the end point. The positioning of markers is often subjective, and there may be more than one possible location for intro, outro and outlink markers. Once placed, markers are auto-saved.